Hello everyone, this is Qiuvox. In this video I will walk you through the latest setup that I played in Asylum hard mode for getting the Immortal Redeemer title, and I use my MagicSorc with heavy attack setup, Oaken Soul. You might be familiar with that. So if you are ready, click subscribe and we will just straight jump into the video, starting with the character stats. The Mundus stone that we have is the Thief, and we are using the Max magic food, the blue food as well, which I will come to it and actually show you exactly. We have 64 attribute into the Magicka to get the max magic. We don't need health or stamina because we already have 26.4k health and 13.2k stamina and 700 stam recovery, which is completely not necessary. And we have 5k spell damage, 47% spell crit and 3.1k spell penetration with 20k spell and physical resistances. That is quite nice. And we are not vampire, and we are basically, as I said, the Thief Mundus stone. The only thing that if I gonna add something to that particular stuff, I will add, you should use that potion actually, because it gives you 9.2k health, increase your health recovery for 30% for 47 seconds, increase your spell resistances and physical resistances for the duration of the potion too by 5.2k. And yes, it does stack with major resolve, major ward buffs, because this is completely different. So if I pop up one and we go to the character stats, you can see 25.3k spell and 24.5 physical resistances. That is quite high. So those are the character stats, and in the items on the front bar we have precise lightning staff of Sergeant. This is with the poison glyph on it, and basically what it does, gives you health recovery, weapon spell damage, and when you deal a damage with heavy attack, you gain a stack of Sergeant Fuchs for 5 seconds, increasing the damage of your heavy attacks by 630 per stack, etc. And there's a cooldown too. And since it is just a one bar, we are running the Oaken Soul just right here with the Bloodthirsty to get a more weapon and spell damage up to 350. And the glyph on it is the weapon and spell damage glyph. I don't know if you noticed that, but they changed it now. The only difference is that if I use the Magicka version, it is gonna give me a Magicka. If I use the stamina version, it is gonna give me stamina recovery, regardless of giving the weapon and spell damage, both of them. So there's an Oaken Soul. You just basically get tons of buffs, but you just cannot switch the bar. So for that reason we don't have a back bar weapon. And the necklace and the ring is also Bloodthirsty. Also both of them is weapon and spell damage glyph on it, and Magicka recovery on them as well. And there is one piece of the body of the Sergeant too. This is heavy armor with divines and maximum Magicka on it, so you can get a 5-piece complete set, like one weapon that is counting two jewels, and one chest is 5. So this is the Sergeant. We have a Walking Scoria light armor just to get a little bit of penetration. That's because, you know, like if you run Slime Crow, you might have get the crit, but you know, like you are gonna miss a penetration, so you need the penetration, otherwise you will not have enough penetration to do the bosses. Actually, it is with the Magicka glyph, and this is sturdy. I don't have the, what is it called, transmute crystals to have it divines, but it should be divines, just so you know. But it is just fine, you know, like that's fine. And the shoulder, waist, hands, legs, and the boots are Storm Master. You get crit chance 2 times, you get weapon and spell damage And when you deal crit damage with fully charged heavy attack, your light and heavy attacks deal an additional 1.5k damage for 20 seconds, and this is very easy to keep it up with. All of them divines and all of them is medium armor, so this is a medium armor setup. I guess there's no other way to do it anyway, so it is like either you go with the sergeant heavy or like you are gonna go with the medium. Of course you are gonna go with the medium, so this is the setup. And if we go into the skills before the champion points just right now, this is way more easy to explain the skills basically because it is just a one bar setup. So the first skill is the Daedric Prey. It just explodes for 12.4k magic damage to the target and 5.3k magic damage to all other nearby enemies after 6 seconds, and it has a 28 meter range just to use the skill, by the way. While the curse is up, your pets deal an additional 45% damage to the target and you can only have one Daedric Prey at once. The second skill is from the Distraction Staff skill line. This is Blockade of Storms. You need a duration. You don't need the other morph that does deal a little bit more damage and explodes, but this is very short. The other morph is very short duration, so it is exactly not fitting to the setup itself. So it is just a shock damage, off balance the enemies, etc. Hardened Ward to get yourself and to your pets 14.8k shield for 6 seconds, and it will scale with your maximum health or Magicka, and it is capped at 72% of your maximum health. The fourth skill is Summon Volatile Familiar. This is the first step to have a zoo near you. So its attacks, the normal attack's gonna deal 1.6k shock damage, and once you summon you can activate the Familiar special ability for 3.2k magic, and it is gonna deal 1.8k shock damage every 2 seconds for 20 seconds. This is a very beautiful cooldown. And the fourth and final hit will stun all enemies for 3 seconds. The fifth skill, we have the little birdie bird, the Twilight. It is gonna cost 3.2k Magicka, and it will shock the enemies with 2.1k shock damage, and its kick is also dealing the same amount of damage too. And after you summon you can basically do the same thing. You can activate the special ability for 2.5k Magicka. That is quite cheap compared to the little monkey right here, and it is gonna deal 60% more damage to enemies above 50% for 20 seconds. So it is very nice to bring down the enemies to execute phase. It is very powerful. And our ultimate is Greater Storm Metro. It is gonna cost 170 ultimate, and when it just drops on the ground it is gonna deal 9.5k shock damage, and of course those numbers are completely unbuffed-ish kind of. And it is gonna just stun the enemies for 3 seconds, and the Atronach gonna zap the closest enemy, dealing 6.7k shock damage every 1 second, and if someone uses the synergy they are gonna get Major Berserk as well, so this is very good. Of course we are not vampire, you should get all the related passives, not all of them is really necessary because we are not using it. You should get light, medium, heavy passives, you should get Fighter's Mage's Guild, Undaunted especially, and you should get the High Elf too, and also medicinal use of course. The champion points now. The green one you can do what you like, but what I use is adds the duration to my food. I'm using the liquid efficiency to save a little bit money from it, and I'm using the reduce the cost of sneak because sometimes I just like to steal things in towns, etc. You know what I mean. And also professional upkeep. Reduce the cost of repairing your armor by 50%. They are becoming very cheap. In the blue CP you should of course get the blessed in the master creation right here, and you should get Eldritch Insight, Max Magic. In here, all those passives you also should get it. I'm not counting all of them, but the ones that you need to actually assign is the Backstabber. Increase your crit damage done while flanking the enemy by 10%. And in here we do have the Exploiter. Increase your damage done against off-balance enemies by 10%. And also of course get those all the passives right here too. And afterwards you're gonna get the Weapon Expert. Increase your damage done with light and heavy attacks by 20%. This is necessary basically. And also we have Deadly Aim. Increase your damage done with your single target attacks, and that's it. I don't think there is something else. Like the rest of them you should get basically. You should get whatever you can get, you know, like there's some passives right here, Tireless Discipline, blah blah, and in here those passives that we already speak about. And in the red one we have the maximum health, because the more health that you actually have, the more shield that you are gonna get. The second one is armor, 1.7k armor. This is very good to have. And survival instincts, while afflicted with a statue effect, your core combat skills gonna cost 5% less per stage, in total of 25%. And in here we have the Pain's Refuge. Reduce your damage taken by 2% for every 2 negative effects upon you, up to a maximum of 20%. This is good. So there's only one flex spot here. You can remove the survival instinct, okay, and you can go into here and use the celerity. This is gonna give you very good movement speed, and you don't really necessary to use the survival instincts. So for this reason, if I go to like this, if I remove the survival instincts and I go here, put the celerity and assign it, then make the changes. So celerity is very good to have during the runs, the speed runs, etc. You should get it and you should use it. And of course in there, like there's a lot of passives right here. Just get what you can get, like in here to increase your movement speed while you are bracing, blah blah. And those are the champion points. The only thing that I would like to show you now is actually what the rotation is. So if you let me to do it. So the rotation is quite simple. Just get the resources from here and then put the pets, of course, put the trap, ulti, curse, and then the blockade. And now just heavy attack once or twice, just light attack, put the curse back again, and keep heavy attacking. One of the things that you should know is that do not refresh the curse before it explodes, and otherwise you are going to lose the damage, because there will be no explosions. Basically you need to wait for it. And let's just do one more heavy attack and now put the curse again. The good thing with the curse, the pets, if you don't know, the thing that the enemy that you are attacking when you heavy attack, your pets, all of them, including the ultimate, the Atrona as well, is gonna focus on the guy that who you are attacking with, who you are heavy attacking actually. So for that reason, just make sure that you are heavy attacking the correct person. Otherwise your pets are gonna focus somewhere else or something like that. Bad stuff will happen basically. You are gonna lose the damage after all. So he is about 67%, he is dying. Just do one more heavy attack, put this on blockade, Atro. And then put the pet, curse, put the other pet, heavy attack. Just put the trap. This, curse, and then the blockade again. Now heavy attack. Curse is done, heavy attack again. Put the pet. Heavy attack, put the another pet, put the curse. Heavy attack, blockade, and then trap. So, okay, like this. Heavy attack is done, put the curse. We are gonna do 3 heavy attack. And put the curse, put the pet, blockade, and put the other pet. Heavy attack, outro, curse, nice, heavy attack. Then the trap, heavy attack again. Put the curse, heavy attack, then blockade. Again, this is nice, just put the one pet, curse, put the other pet. Keep heavy attacking. He is in the range of execute right now. Put the trap, heavy attack, blockade, curse, and we are gonna refresh the pets very soon, like right now. And then do this too. Nice, we are gonna get a Atrona for the execute. I'm happy. One heavy attack and we really have to put the trap right now. And then drop ulti, curse too. Nice, keep heavy attacking. They are melting, put the pet, curse, put the other pet, one heavy attack and very quick blockade. Nice. And now refresh the curse again. And now refresh the trap, please. Nice. Keep heavy attacking, guys. This is very simple, like literally you can do 90-ish K or around 90 with no cheese to your maximum magic, etc. Because, you know, like, people likes to cheese that kind of stuff. You just change your champion points and literally everything just to dummy halving. You changed your even some items, etc. just to cheese that. Is not really necessary to refresh the pets. And yeah, that's it. Alright, this is weird because I've just done 2 parse and all of them is 79%. What's going on? I don't know. For some reason, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. So if I'm missing something, just let me know. I'm actually using the trap. This is the only change because it sometimes slows you down as well. Instead of using trap, you just use that time to complete or do the heavy attack. So for that reason, I might low on DPS right now. Like the most and the maximum number that I personally got was 89.9k or something like that a couple days ago when I was checking the setup, and I don't know what it is going now, like. And also, if you like this video, click like. The next video is about to be the Magicka Dragon Knight that I'm gonna do very soon after this is done. Also, I'm planning to do some PvP. I don't know if you know it, but they upgraded or updated whatever the hell they did to the PlayStation EU servers, but the game seems like running smoother than what it was, especially on the PS5. Even like I was lagging. I'm on the PS5. I was lagging in some trials, and this is fixed. So for that reason, in PvP it should run very smoothly, and I'm not quite sure about it, but it should run very smoothly. So for that reason, I'm just going back and gonna do some healer videos with my Templar, and also gonna hop in and check out some Warden as well. So if you are not subscribed, click subscribe and like the video, comment below what you think about it, and consider joining my Discord server. I done some changes, if you know it already, and get your membership for the channel too, and you can use the super thanks to support my content as well. Highly appreciate it. Thanks a lot. See you all.